Hi there, Lassia Kahoot, Integrative Nutrition Health Coach and Eco Pastry Chef here. And today we're talking with Pascaline Phillips, naturopathic doctor from Natural Panacea. And we're going to be talking about detoxing, cleansing, healing, what are the differences, and we're going to be talking a little bit about supplements. But before we do, Pascaline, maybe you'd like to tell the folks what is it that you do as a naturopath?
So probably, yeah, the biggest misconception is what do we do? So I'm sort of like the general practitioner in terms of in the natural field. So I employ a number of tools: homeopathy, acupuncture, herbal medicine, diet, nutrition, supplements. Pretty much covers it. So it's a big bag of tools that I have to do what I need to do.
Mm-hmm. And I have been seeing you for years. Mm-hmm. We met, I don't know, 20 years ago, maybe something like that.
Long, but yeah.
So around that long. And when I came to see you initially, it was because of a transformation that a friend of ours had gone through. He'd been seeing you. And so there wasn't any one specific thing that I was dealing with, but I just thought, hey, I could be healthier, so I'll go and see this naturopath. And so that was however many years ago. Mm-hmm. And what I came to see you about then is very different from what we're working on now. And it has changed a lot over time. And so one of the things that I would like to sort of talk about is people are all about cleanses and detoxes. And if I just, do this juice cleanse for 10 days, then everything will be fine. If I focus on my liver for, 3 days, then I can really clean out. So what is important for people to know with all these sort of words and diets and cleanses and detoxes and everything out there, when someone is starting on their journey or continuing on their journey to health and wellness, what do they kind of need to be clear about before embarking on a detox or a cleanse?
I suppose it depends on how healthy or not healthy the person is when they come in. Mm-hmm. So the question is never, do I need to detox? Because we live in a very toxic world. Everything that we ingest and we inhale and we wear, it all gets into us, and a lot of it is toxic, and we need to get it out of our bodies. Mm-hmm. So liver is the first place you go, because liver is the primary organ for metabolizing all these toxins and eliminating them. So most people's livers are compromised. Could be for a number of reasons. There are genetic factors. There's a lifelong accumulation of stuff in the body, and that doesn't clear out overnight. So the 3-day, 10-day cleanses, they're nice baby steps, but it's easy to just get right back to square one again unless there's going to be some maintenance afterwards.
Okay.
So it's about explaining this. I'm a teacher in on so many levels, teaching people about this and how to look after themselves down the road.
Okay, so some of the ways that people can accomplish these things, or they can start to help detoxing or cleansing or just get healthier, is they can go and get a package from the store that gives them certain instructions, and they can follow the instructions, and that's it. But then what do you do after that's over? Another way is the food that they eat. But even if you're eating all this amazing food, if your body is in a state of disrepair, then you're not going to benefit from all this amazing food.
Right.
So one of the things I know that we have talked about a lot over the years is supplements. And so to kind of keep the conversation going, I have some of the supplements that I take on the table here, which have also changed a lot over the years. Liver remains to be a strong focus since I started coming to see you. So there are supplements that I take on an empty stomach. There are supplements that I take with food. There's a tonic that I'm taking for the liver. There are certain things that I take just because there aren't as many nutrients in our soil as there used to be, so the food isn't, as nutrient dense as it used to be. And there's stuff that I'm taking because I'm vegetarian, so I might be lacking it in my diet. So when people are thinking of supplements, what are the kinds of things they need to be thinking about? Even if we look at some of the stuff that I have here, why am I taking glutamine? Why am I taking vitamin B? Why am I taking this Lugol solution, vitamin D? Why am I taking this liver tonic? That kind of stuff.
So I'll start with the more general and get down to the specific.
Yeah.
So we live in Canada. 7+ months of the year we don't get sunlight or enough or sufficient or the correct angle of sunlight to actually manufacture vitamin D ourselves. So everyone should take vitamin D. Now, the one that you have has vitamin K2 in it as well.
And why is that good to
Which
get
is
together?
critical because vitamin D is poorly absorbed from the gut. So vitamin K2 facilitates the D going from the gut into the bloodstream and then going to all the places in the body it should go to.
Okay.
What else? You're taking a multi-B. You're taking a multi-B, which works, it supports a number of organ functions in particular. So liver, you need vitamin Bs, a number of them as cofactors for all the metabolic processes. Your adrenal glands need the B vitamins. You need B12 and folic acid for cell growth, red blood cell production, and yes, everybody gets it in their diets. Do we get enough? I think given all the stress and all the toxins in our lives, it's very helpful to have more.
And what about when we start looking at different diets? Vegetarian, vegan, heavy meat eaters, there is a difference there, isn't there? For
Not that specifically.
Okay.
I mean, I think because the amount of B12 and all the other B vitamins, it's a constant.
Okay.
Depending on the focus of the B vitamin, you can get different quantities of the specific Bs, but it's not one where I'd say, oh, you're vegan, so you're going to have this formula.
Okay.
You're vegan, you have to have B12. We're also going to look at iron. Is that something we need to focus on as well?
Yeah.
But
so those so far, I think we're talking about supplements that are filling gaps in diet and maybe environment.
Pretty much everybody's lives, yeah.
But there's other stuff that I'm taking, which is really more about repair and healing, like glutamine.
Right. So.
And so why am I taking?
Glutamine too. I mean, most people we know have, after years and years of stress and poor diet or dietary discrepancies, have something called leaky gut. So we need to, and there's inflammation in the gut. So we need to repair the cells that line the walls of the intestine, primarily the small intestine. And L-glutamine is an amino acid that is one of the primary fuels for this. So this is going to repair the gut lining. So that's one of the main reasons for putting somebody on that. Lugol solution, and goes way outside of this in a sense. It is for thyroid. Function. So it's iodine. It's the basic building block for thyroid. Thyroid hormones. It's also necessary for all the cells in the body, but I don't want that's a long explanation I won't go into.
Okay.
But then again, now we're getting into, and I don't know if you want to talk about sort of as we get older, we're getting through the stages.
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, even though we could go on for hours and hours, and we will go on a little bit more in detail during one of the sessions, during the 12-week group program, I think that it's important for people to understand that what a 20-year-old is dealing with is going to be very different from what someone who is middle-aged
40,
is
50,
dealing
60.
with. Yeah,
very much so. So that's where I'd say 40s and 50s is where I start to see a lot of thyroid dysfunction. That's where we start to see the body just makes less of everything, fewer enzymes, fewer hormones, and that's where we really need to step up and really support that function. So digestive enzymes, they become very necessary somewhere in sort of 40s, 50s, and it could be somebody much younger too. It just depends on where they are on the health spectrum. So your pancreas is producing fewer enzymes, then your food in your gut is not being properly broken down. You're not getting the absorption into the bloodstream. You're missing out on nutrients. So that's where the digestive enzymes come in.
Okay, and so when someone has decided they're going to do a cleanse, and they're going to do, say, a juice cleanse, what about supplements during a cleanse? How important is that?
If you're just doing a juice cleanse, I generally don't throw supplements into that mix.
All right, and why would that be?
Because what we're doing in that in that instance, we're taking all the pressure off the gut and the liver as well.
Okay.
So the liver and the gut are both doing very little. It allows the gut to heal, to repair itself, but it also, the focus is on the liver. Actually, now it can, all the toxins that were stored in the body for so long, they can now be mobilized, processed, and eliminated.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like sort of in general, there are good supplements that we all need to be taking if we live in a certain area, or our lifestyle is a certain way, or we're of a certain age or something, and to fill gaps and stuff. But then there are also supplements or tonics or tinctures that are available to people that have more specific problems that can help repair and heal. And those would be temporary, maybe?
Yeah, until we're sort of beyond this stage now.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
And it's also,
I would never park somebody on a liver tonic.
Okay.
That I would utilize through a cleanse, or in a situation where liver function still isn't optimal. We still need to bring it back up to where it needs to be.
Okay. So before we finish, are there sort of, say, living in Canada, where we are now, are there, say, the top 3 supplements that, no matter sort of how healthy someone is, or how well they eat, what diet they follow, just because we live where we do, we're all breathing polluted air, the soil isn't as nutrient dense as it used to be, are there 3 supplements that, vitamins, minerals, what have you, that we could take? You mentioned vitamin D already. That would be a good idea.
So the desert island supplements would be, if we can just lump them together, the D and K.
Yeah.
That would be number 1. Number 2 would be, I'd have to throw probiotics in there. So food-based.
Okay, yep.
That'd be number 2.
Yep.
Number 3, if I could just take...
I'll throw it out there. Magnesium?
No.
No? Okay.
Still wouldn't, because you can still get it from your food.
Okay. All right.
It's a toss-up between zinc and selenium.
Which you can also find together sometimes, right?
Yes, so I could cheat and say, yes, I'll get that combo.
I'm pretty sure I have it.
You do have that,
okay.
yeah.
All right. And why are those 2 important?
They are critical in terms of liver function, as far as, and the immune system, and so many processes in the body rely on them.
Okay.
Selenium, a very, very important antioxidant. It's very, very much tied into glutathione in the liver. I think those are the critical ones. And I see deficiencies in those. I didn't say omega fats.
Well, that was like the top 3.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So clearly there's more to talk about.
Yeah.
Clearly the list is longer. And this is all stuff that, or also a lot of stuff that we will be going through and expanding on in the session that you're going to join us for during the 12-week Eat Well, Be Well group program. So before we go, why don't you let people know how to get in touch with you if they want to find out more about your services as a naturopath, the other cool stuff that you do too, because you do acupuncture and homeopathy and Reiki and so much more.
Right.
So yeah, give out whatever information you'd like.
So yeah, I'm pretty easy to find. So if you want to go to my website, it's Natural Panacea. My phone number, 647-519-7906. And so I'm pretty easy to find on the internet and phone. Talk to you before you want to make an appointment, just to see if it's the right fit.
And physically, people can come and see you in Toronto?
In Toronto, I have an office on Dupont Street.
Okay.
And I have a new practice out in Prince Edward County in Picton.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today,
Thank you.
Pascaline. Once again, I am Lassia Cahoot, Integrated Nutrition Health Coach and Eco Pastry Chef. We've been chatting with Pascaline Phillips, naturopathic doctor from Natural Panacea. Thank you so much for watching Eat Well, Be Well TV. We'll see you again. Until then, eat well, be well.